You've been working for 10 years. You've read the articles about budgeting. You've downloaded the apps. You've started investing in your 401k. You're doing all the things you're supposed to do. But when you actually look at your net worth, it's disappointing. Maybe you've got $32,000 saved, maybe $50,000 if you've been really disciplined. And you think, at this rate, I'll never be wealthy. I'll never retire early. I'm doing everything right and it's just not working fast enough. You see other people who don't seem any smarter or more disciplined than you, building serious wealth, and you can't figure out what you're missing. Here's the frustrating truth. Everything you've been told about building wealth is incomplete. Saving is important. Investing is important. Budgeting is important. But there's one factor that matters more than all of them combined. And almost nobody talks about it because it's not sexy, it's not easy, and it challenges the comfortable narrative that you can build wealth without fundamentally changing how you approach work and income. By the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the actual secret to building serious wealth. The one thing that separates people who become millionaires from people who stay middle class forever, and I'll show you exactly how to apply it starting today. My name is Max, and I want to help you learn how to make your money work more for you in your life. Today, I'm exposing the uncomfortable truth about wealth building that the financial advice industry doesn't want to talk about, because once you understand this principle, you'll realize that most of what they're selling you is solving the wrong problem. So let's get started, and please make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. The lie we've all been sold. Here's the thing. The mainstream personal finance narrative goes like this. Build a budget. Cut unnecessary expenses. Save 10 to 15% of your income. Invest in index funds. Be patient. Compound interest will make you wealthy. And look, none of that is wrong. Those are all good practices. But here's what nobody tells you. If your income is too low or stays flat, all the budgeting and saving discipline in the world will only get you so far. Let me show you the math that proves this. Scenario: disciplined saver, flat income, annual income, $55,000. Savings rate, excellent 20%, equals $11,000 per year. Investing timeline, 30 years. Average return, 8%. Ending wealth, $1.36 million. That sounds great, right? You'd retire a millionaire, except there are two problems. Problem one, $1.36 million in 30 years is worth significantly less than $1.36 million today due to inflation. At 3% annual inflation, that's equivalent to about $560,000 in today's dollars. Still good, but not retire early and live comfortably. Good. Problem two, most people can't sustain a 20% savings rate on $55,000 for 30 years. Life happens. Kids, medical expenses, housing costs, caring for aging parents. In reality, most people at this income level save 5 to 10%, not 20%. According to the Federal Reserve, the median retirement account balance for Americans aged 55 to 64 is only $134,000. These are people who had 30 to 40 years to save. The save and invest patiently strategy clearly isn't producing millionaires for most people. Here's what most people don't realize. The missing variable in the wealth equation isn't savings discipline or investment strategy. It's income growth. This is where it gets really interesting. Let me show you the real wealth building equation that actually explains who becomes wealthy and who doesn't. Wealth equals income minus expenses times time times investment return. Most financial advice focuses on reducing expenses and maximizing investment returns. But the income variable, the first and largest one, gets treated as basically fixed. You're told to make the most of what you earn. But here's the secret nobody emphasizes. Dramatically increasing your income while controlling lifestyle inflation is the single fastest path to building serious wealth. Let me show you with real numbers. Person A, traditional advice. Focus on saving. Starting income, $55,000. Income growth, 3% annually, keeps pace with inflation. Savings rate, excellent 20%, Investment return, 8%. Year 10 income, $73,900. Year 20 income, $99,300. Year 30 wealth, $1.36 million. Person B. The secret, aggressive income growth. Starting income, $55,000. Income growth, 10% annually for first 10 years through job changes, skill development, career moves. Then 5% for next 10 years, then 3% for final 10 years. Savings rate, same 20%. Investment return, same 8%. Year 10 income, $142,700. Year 20 income, $232,500. Year 30 wealth, $4.87 million. Person B has 3.6 times more wealth with the exact same savings rate and investment strategy. The only difference is income growth. And here's the part that should blow your mind. Person B could save only 15% instead of 20% and still end up with $3.65 million, nearly 3 times what person A achieved while saving a higher percentage. Income growth is the leverage point. According to research from economists studying wealth accumulation, income growth explains more variance in lifetime wealth than savings rate, investment choices, or any other single factor for people who start in the middle class. Okay, so if income growth is the secret, why doesn't everyone focus on it? Reason number 1, it's hard and uncomfortable. Cutting expenses is relatively passive. Cancel subscriptions, eat out less, buy less stuff. But increasing income requires active effort, learning new skills, taking risks, negotiating aggressively, potentially switching jobs, enduring rejection. It's psychologically easier to focus on saving $50 per month by cutting cable than to focus on earning $1,000 per month more through career advancement. Reason number 2, the financial advice industry can't monetize it. You can't sell someone a course or app or service that magically increases their income, but you can sell them budgeting apps, investment platforms, financial planning services. The industry profits from focusing on what you do with money you already have, not how to dramatically increase what's coming in. Reason number 3, it challenges the live frugally narrative. There's a romanticized narrative in personal finance about extreme frugality, people who retire early by living on $25,000 per year. Those stories are compelling, but they're not scalable or realistic for most people. It's far more achievable to increase your income from $55,000 to $95,000 than it is to live on $25,000 while raising kids. Reason number 4, people don't know how. Most people have never been taught how to systematically increase their income. They think it's about luck, right place, right time. They don't realize it's a learnable skill with specific strategies. Additionally, let me break down the actual strategy for systematically increasing your income, because this is where theory becomes actionable. Strategy number 1, develop high-value skills in your field. Income is determined by the value you create, not the hours you work. Identify what skills in your industry command premium compensation and systematically develop them. If you're in marketing, maybe it's data analytics or conversion optimization. If you're in tech, maybe it's a specific programming language or architecture skill. If you're in sales, maybe it's enterprise sales or negotiation. Invest 5 to 10 hours per week developing these skills through online courses, side projects, or volunteering for challenging work projects. In 12 to 18 months, you'll have demonstrable expertise that justifies significantly higher compensation. Strategy number 2, switch jobs strategically every 2 to 4 years. According to data from ADP and multiple salary studies, people who stay in the same job for more than 3 years earn significantly less over their careers than people who move strategically. Why? Because external hires command higher salaries than internal promotions. Companies will pay more to bring someone in than to promote from within. If you're making $68,000 and you get a 4% annual raise by staying put, in 5 years, you're at $82,700. If you switch jobs twice in those 5 years, with 15% increases each time, you're at $89,900. That's $7,200 per year more, which compounds to hundreds of thousands over a career. Strategy number 3, negotiate every offer and raise aggressively. Most people accept the first number offered. According to research from Carnegie Mellon, 57% of people don't negotiate their starting salary. And those who do negotiate increase their starting salary by an average of 7.4%. That 7.4% compounds over your entire career. On a $70,000 salary, negotiating up to $75,000 and then receiving 4% annual raises means you'll earn an additional $47,000 over just 10 years compared to accepting the initial $70,000. Always negotiate. Always. The worst they can say is no, and you're back to the original offer. Strategy number 4, build multiple income streams. This doesn't mean hustling 80 hours a week. It means strategically developing 1 to 2 additional income sources that leverage your existing skills. If you're a graphic designer, freelance 5 to 10 hours a week. If you're a developer, build a small SaaS product or do contract work. If you're a marketer, consult. An extra $1,000 to $2,000 per month from side income invested consistently adds $500,000 to $1 million to your net worth over 25 years. Strategy number 5, move to higher paying markets or remote roles. Geography massively affects income. A software developer in Iowa might make $75,000. That same developer in San Francisco makes $135,000. Remote work has made it possible to earn high market salaries while living in low-cost areas. If you can work remotely, apply to companies in high-paying markets. Keep your cost of living low and bank the difference. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, Max, I get it. I need to increase my income, but won't I just spend more as I earn more? Yes. That's the trap. And this is the critical part most people miss. Income growth only builds wealth if you control lifestyle inflation. If your expenses grow at the same rate as your income, you've gained nothing. Here's the discipline required. When you increase your income by $15,000 per year, you save and invest at least 70% of that increase, $10,500, and only let your lifestyle inflate by 30%, $4,500. Let me show you why this matters. Scenario A, lifestyle matches income. Income grows from $60,000 to $95,000 over 10 years. Spending grows from $51,000 to $81,000. Savings stays roughly flat at $9,000 to $14,000 per year. Ending wealth after 20 more years, $890,000. Scenario B, lifestyle lags income. Income grows from $60,000 to $95,000. Spending grows only from $51,000 to $62,000. Modest, inflation-adjusted increase. Savings grows from $9,000 to $33,000 per year. Ending wealth after 20 more years, $2.14 million. Person B has 2.4 times more wealth despite identical income growth, all from controlling lifestyle inflation. This is the secret within the secret. Increase income aggressively. Increase lifestyle modestly. Invest the gap. Additionally, implementing this strategy requires a fundamental psychological shift. You have to stop viewing your income as a reflection of your worth or as something you deserve to spend. Your income is a tool, a wealth-building tool, and you're optimizing it for maximum output. You also have to get comfortable with discomfort, learning new skills, switching jobs, negotiating. These are uncomfortable. Embrace discomfort as the price of growth. Short-term sacrifice. You might take a lateral move to gain experience in a higher-paying field. You might work extra hours building a skill. This is temporary. Social pressure. Your peers might not understand why you're so focused on income growth. They'll say, money isn't everything, or you already make enough. Ignore them. They're broke. Delayed gratification. As your income grows, you'll be tempted to upgrade everything immediately. Resist. Let lifestyle lag income by 3 to 5 years. Seriously, the difference between people who build wealth and people who don't often comes down to the psychological shift. Viewing income as something you actively control and grow versus something that happens to you. The complete system. Okay, let me put this all together into a complete system you can implement. Phase 1. Foundation, year 1 to 2. Develop one high-value skill in your field. Build a portfolio or track record demonstrating that skill. Begin applying to higher-paying roles. Even if you're not ready, negotiate your current role or prepare to switch. Phase 2. First jump, year 2 to 3. Make your first strategic job change. targeting 15 to 20% income increase. Immediately increase retirement contributions by 50% of the raise. Keep lifestyle inflation to 30% of the raise. Begin building one-side income stream. Phase 3, acceleration, year 3 to 7. Continue skill development in emerging high-demand areas. Make 1 to 2 more strategic moves, each with 10 to 20% increases. Scale side income to $1,000 to $2,000 per month. Increase savings rate to 25 to 30% as income grows. Phase 4, optimization, year 7 plus. Leverage experience and network for senior roles or consulting. Focus on efficiency over time. High hourly value work. Invest aggressively. You're now saving $30,000 to $50,000 per year. Continue modest lifestyle. Bank the rest. Following this system, someone starting at $55,000 can realistically reach $120,000 to $150,000 within 10 years and $180,000 to $220,000 within 15 years through strategic moves, skill development, and side income. At a 25% savings rate on $150,000, you're saving $37,500 per year. That becomes $3.67 million over 25 years at 8% returns. That's how you build real wealth. Now, I know some of you are already thinking of objections. Let me address them. I'm in a low-paying field. I can't just make more. Then change fields. I know that sounds harsh, but if you're in a field with no income growth potential and you want to build wealth, you need to transition. It might take 2 to 3 years to retrain, but 40 years in a low-paying field guarantees financial mediocrity. I don't have time to learn new skills or side hustle. You have time. You're using it to watch Netflix, scroll social media, or engage in other low-value activities. Reallocate 5 to 10 hours per week for 2 to 3 years to skill development. That's 500 to 1,500 hours of focused learning that can double your income. Switching jobs is risky and stressful. More risky than staying in a role where your income stagnates for decades? More stressful than reaching 60 and realizing you can't afford to retire? Short-term discomfort for long-term security is a trade you should make every time. I'm happy with my current lifestyle. I don't need more money. Great. Then you're not the audience for wealth-building content. But if you're watching this video, some part of you wants financial security, freedom, and options. Income growth gives you that. Look, here's what I need you to understand. You cannot budget your way to wealth on a mediocre, stagnant income. You can't coupon clip your way there. You can't just invest in index funds your way there if you're only investing $200 per month. The secret to building real wealth, the kind that lets you retire early, live without financial stress, help your family, and have genuine freedom, is to systematically and aggressively increase your income while controlling lifestyle inflation and investing the difference. Everything else is secondary. Savings rate matters, but it's multiplied by income. Investment strategy matters, but it's limited by how much you can invest. Budgeting matters, but it can only optimize what you already have. Income growth is the leverage point. It's the variable that, when maximized, makes everything else exponentially more powerful. And the beautiful thing, it's completely within your control. You can learn high-value skills. You can negotiate. You can switch jobs. You can build side income. These are actions you can take starting today that will compound into life-changing wealth over the next 10 to 20 years. If this video revealed the wealth-building secret you've been missing, here's what I want you to do right now. First, calculate your current annual income and your income from 5 years ago. What's your growth rate? If it's less than 6 to 7% annually, you need to implement the strategies I've outlined. Second, identify one high-value skill in your field that you could develop in the next 12 months. Write it down. Commit to spending 5 hours per week learning it. Third, research what someone with your experience and skills should be making in higher-paying markets or companies. Use Glassdoor, levels.fyi, pay scale. Know your worth. Fourth, set a specific income target for 2 years from now and 5 years from now. Make it aggressive. 50% growth in 5 years, then reverse engineer the actions needed to get there. And finally, share this video with someone who's been stuck at the same income for years, diligently saving, but not seeing their wealth grow. This might be the perspective shift that changes their entire financial trajectory. If you want the complete roadmap to financial freedom, not just tips about saving money, but real strategies for building wealth, subscribe to this channel. Every week, I'm revealing what actually works versus what sounds good but keeps you stuck. The secret is out. Income growth is the key. The question is whether you'll act on it. Thanks for watching. Now go increase your income.